Roll the corn. We know the truth now. Peace to my beautiful people from this beautiful land. I love you, and I'm in love with you. Put where you're from and put the corn in the chat. Put where you're from and put the corn in the chat. We know the truth now. Roll the corn. Put where you're from and put the corn in the chat. North Carolina, Jerry L, what up? Fame, appreciate the share, brother. Kansas, Lady Burton, how you doing? Virginia, T, roll the feathers. The feathers for the truth, and this is what we standing on. Roll the corn. Virginia Beach, Virginia. Memphis, Dorico, what's up, brother? Put where you're from and put the corn in the chat. North Carolina, roll the corn. Plowman, roll the corn. Bold Blends, Vu Global, roll the corn. God Body Johnny. The Real Con, roll the corn. Roxanne Trotter, how you doing today? Trina White, Vaughn, roll the corn. Rashida Roselle, y'all follow Rashida Roselle. Coach Fred, roll the corn. Tone Loke from the D, what up, my baby? Jerry L. Now today, Louisville, Mississippi. Miss Carter, how you doing? Today we're going to talk about some old newspaper clippings. Roll the corn, bow my head to my people. I love you and I'm in love with you. Today, we're going to talk about some old newspaper clippings, right? Or some mound builder stuff that they don't like to share with us melanated people. But we're going to break the code on that today. We're going to break the code on that today. Put the corn in the chat. Share the live. Share the live. Share the live. Share the live. Now, before I get started, I want to talk about these melanated podcast people, right? It was a podcast I had been following for a while, but they get on the podcast now talking about the materialism that the material things that they have, and you started off talking about it was for the people. Now you starting to get a little fame or a little money coming in, and now you want to talk about your materials are better than everybody else's. And bro, you a hunter-gatherer, bro. It's cool to have what you have, bro, but that ain't what makes you a great soul or a great person. I'm not saying it's not cool to have what you have, but that ain't what you should be on your podcast bragging about, right? You lost me as a follower. I don't want to hear that shit no more. Right? Like I was listening to Young Jeezy talk. I was listening to Young Jeezy talk the other day. And he talking about the younger people are wrong for talking about pum and drug selling, right? Your whole career came off of that, bro. Jeezy, your whole career came off of trap or dying, bro. See, that's the problem with our community. Don't you get rich, then talk about the young guys trying to get there. You can't do that. You can't do that, bro. That's lame, bro. That's some sucker shit, bro. You cannot trap or die all your life, and then when the young boy trap or die, because he ain't got no way out, he wrong. No. Hell no. No. See, we listen to too much. No. Y'all get that money, get to acting like white folks and shit, bro. Y'all get that money, get to acting like y'all some Poindexter uppity nigga. Oh no, don't do this. They're in the middle of the hood, bro. What you want them to do? Sell cookies? I'm not saying nothing is right, but what I'm saying is you must know the environment that our people are coming out of before you speak on it. And if you once knew that environment, you can never forget it. I don't care how much money you get, you cannot forget that environment, and there are people still in that environment, bro. To this day. Just 'cause one nigga make it out, they don't give you the audacity to talk down on the people back in the hood, bro. You lost connection with your people. I wouldn't give a damn if we know the truth now, had 100 million. I'm still down with Young Boy. You know why? Because the history made us who we are. Y'all put us in the hood. Hungry as a motherfucker. Daddy locked up. Mama got 2 jobs. Ain't nobody outside but drug dealers. And we supposed to be a goddamn Poindexter. I don't see it happening, bro. You only as human as your environment. Just that simple. I can't talk down on these kids, bro. I'll be less of a man to talk down on my own people about anything. Dame Dash said some real shit. Dame Dash said some real shit. Dame Dash said, yeah, Diddy done what he done. But who am I to talk bad about him? Let them people do it. We don't talk bad about they people doing all that freaky shit. We don't be bringing up Epstein every day. Do we bring up Epstein? No. I am not put here to tear down nobody of my people. They done what they done. They got to pay for it on another level. But I'm not going to get on nobody's app owned by another race and down talk my people. I'm not doing that. I don't give a fuck what he done. Roll the coin. I don't care what he done. I'm not going to talk about the Michigan football coach. I don't care nothing about none of this shit. There just was a instance that went on where he got to learn from it. But I'm not getting on these people out talking about my people, bro. If that's the way to get rich through social media, then what y'all on, y'all can stay with it. But I'm not doing it. Jeezy, you trap or died all your life. You young jizzle from the bottom of the map, got a 50-round clip on the bottom of the scrap. But when a young boy say 50-round clip, he wrong. Hell no, nigga. He needed his 50 rounds just like you needed your 50 rounds, nigga. What the fuck wrong with you? Y'all niggas is tripping. That money is changing y'all, bro. Young boy needed his 50 rounds just like Jeezy needed his 50. It's the same damn hood. Ain't nothing changed. It even got worse, nigga. It's even worse today. Back in the day, a nigga had a 38. Ain't no more 38s on the street. Fully auto. It worse, Red Shot. It's worse. No, there ain't no word, but it's worse. It's worse. So I'm not here to condemn my people, bro, coming from this harsh environment where we are from. What do you want us to do? We don't have $1 million fucking trust fund from our daddy. Our people land is gone. They ran the dad off with child support in jail. What the fuck you want us to do? You want me to get out there and preach Jesus on the corner all day? What you want me to do? Huh? Go preach? Therefore, I am not judging my people nowhere. I don't care what they do. When the YT people go shoot up everybody, don't nobody say nothing. Man over there in Australia just going crazy. All on TikTok. Looking like what's the damn game they play with the video pew pew? Looking like Call of Duty on TikTok. And another thing, GTA, and another thing. Y'all talked about how the hell did the man who unalived the people outside of the White House even get to this country? Y'all let him in. You let the terrorists in. Then want to play like you don't know where he come from. Y'all signed the paperwork to let the hunter-gatherer in. Then when he act a fool, you don't know where the fuck, you don't know where he come from. Who signed the paper to let him over here? The man from the Middle East, bro. Them people don't fuck with y'all. Or y'all still letting them in. Before I get started, I gotta say one thing, y'all. I gotta say one thing before I get started. I always catch downloads at the gas station. At the gas station. I don't know why. But the YT man who works for the beverage company, Coca-Cola, Pepsi, came in, and the owner of the store, Arab dude, right? They hugging, damn near about to kiss. They hugging about to kiss. They making money together, right? These people are on the same time, bro. Business to make money off our people. Now, you behind the counter, not even speaking to melanated people, buying stuff from your store. But when the Coke man come in, the white boy, you go out there and hug him and damn near kiss him. See, y'all in business together. Y'all don't care nothing about my people. I don't care nothing about my people. Y'all just in business, bro. So I look at y'all the same. You come here to come up, he come here to come up. Off us. I said, damn, cuz, you happy to see the YT man come through the door? Boot-licking Arab. How you doing? Give me a hug. Get your square head back here and ring my shit up. I'm sick of all y'all hunter-gatherers. Because y'all are in it for money. Y'all in it for money, bro. They flagging my page. Let's get to the truth. Let's get to the teacher. They flagging my page. Roll the corn. Can't even speak on what I want to speak on. Let's get started. It's all good. Roll the corn. Old newspaper clippings from the 1800s and the early 1900s today, right? In mounds are found a great number of arrowheads, but little else excepting ornaments of bones of small birds, perforated teeth, pearls, shells, claws of wild animals, rings and earth rings made of copper, which are often silver-plated. Silver-plated copper, people, in the mounds in America. Silver-plated copper. Ancient Egyptians used this technique, made copper look like silver, called tinning. Silvery alloy, you dip the copper in it. They use electrum and natural gold silver alloy, and silver itself was used for elite objects. This the same culture. It's the same culture. Everybody in ancient times is not dipping bronze, copper, and silver to make this certain type of metal. Only the same people are doing this. They can lie to you and say it's 5 different tribes and over there and all they'll fucking lie. Only one people know the science of silver plating copper. This is the most ancient silver plating copper in the world, not Egypt. This is where they got it from. Somebody taught somebody this. They just said this information, this knowledge just don't fall out the sky. This is an ancestral thing, passing down of how to do this. Roll the corner. Now, I want to show y'all that. Here go the receipt again. Roll the coin. Let's keep going. Now, the mystery of whence the mound builders came and what became of them is one of the strong stock questions staring scientists in the face, right? American Indian, that they are his ancestors. Others aver the mound builders became extinct through disease, war, and moved, perhaps to the Arctic Circle country, and the Eskimos are but children of the mound builders. That's cap. They try to make the Eskimos, the Siberian, the children of the mound builders, because they didn't know no better back then, right? But watch this. This is what I want y'all to see. They planted trees, made great irrigation ditches, right? Which was to irrigate crops of corn, melons, and many other things. They wove clothing, lived in half-cave houses, and brought themselves to a high degree of intelligence through practice of doing the right thing at the right time. The right thing at the right time, balance in nature, right? Now, planting trees. This is what I want y'all to understand. Mound builders planted trees. Now, when you go look at the Sumerian culture, they planted trees, right? They put them palm trees right on the river, right? When you go look at the Egyptian culture, palm tree right on the Nile, right? And they praising them. This is where they come from. Ancient mound builders planting trees, melons. These are the first agriculturalists in the world. Corn, melons. Wove clothing out of hemp. And dyed the clothing with shells and berries. This is our culture. High degree of intelligence. Let's keep going. Roll the coin. Inland waterways, the mound builders exhibited rare judgment, right? As proof of the prehistoric trading operations, the writer points to the following artifacts which were found in 1934 on the North American continent, right? Missouri Valley, Iowa, a stone smoking pipe taken from the burial tomb of a mound builder was found by Dr. Richard in Omaha, Nebraska. This pipe bearing the plumed serpent design of Quetzalcoatl in Nebraska, who according to ancient Mexican mythology was the god of war of the mighty Mayans. Why are you finding Quetzalcoatl Mayan stuff in Nebraska? Ask yourself that. If the cultures are separated, if the Mayans ain't the Indians from descendants of the Indians from the Mississippi River, so that proved So that proves they are related to Egyptians. 7 fire warriors. Let me pin this comment right here. If I can do it. TikTok won't let me do shit. That don't prove they're not the same people. 7 fire warrior. Open up your mind, brother. Open up your mind. If the Olmec and the Mayan bloodline came from the Mississippi River, they built pyramids down there, bro. With the same alignments as Egypt. Some of the bloodline from America left the Mississippi River and went to the Mediterranean and to the top of Egypt, the Nile Delta, and lived there, bro. They built the same type of celestial star structures as the Mayans and the Mississippians did. You got any brothers and sisters? My sister traveled way across America, across the world. That don't mean she's not still this stock of blood. You don't understand, bro. It's you must understand our culture are travelers, bro. We got the first reed boats in the world. The same science of the Mayan and the Olmec and the Mississippian is the same science of Egypt and Samaria, brother. All of it the same. I just showed you all the languages coming from a Paleo-Hebrew yesterday. Let's keep going. The plumed serpent, right? Egyptians got serpents on their fucking headdress, bro. Do you think there's not a connection? Egyptian got serpent hieroglyphs, bro. Mississippians do too. The Mayans and the Olmecs do too. I'm going to show you something. Let's keep watching. So, watch this. The construction of ceremonial mounds of the mound builders exemplify the ancient Mayans in that whereas the ancient Mayans, use earthworks faced with stone in erecting their temples of antiquity. The mound builders use similar earthworks with no facing. The mound builders use no facing because they are the ancient culture of the Mayans. Stone came into play around the time of the Olmec and the Mayan. The ancient culture just used earthen mounds, but they are aligned with the same stars, so it don't even matter. It's just showing which one is older and which one is newer. You have to study it like that. You get earthen mounds, then you get stone temples, bro. You dig it? It's just older. A 1972 Chevrolet do not look like no 2005 Chevrolet. It's just older. It might be built better because it's older. But people don't understand. They just think everything's the same. Everything evolves over thousands of years. You must put the history in it with a time frame. And the way things were getting built at a time frame, right? Let's keep going. Now, why is Quetzalcoatl in Nebraska? These are the ancestors of those people down there. That's a fact. Let's keep going. Roll the coin. Yellowstone River in central Montana bear a striking similarity not only to the Mayan glyphs in the Yucatan, but to those which appear on temple walls of the Egyptian temples of antiquity, which dot the Valley of the Kings near Luxor. See, the ancestors not going to let you play with the information. That's why the receipt came right after you said that shit, that it ain't got nothing to do with Egypt. Yes, it do. The same damn glyphs. Mayan glyphs in the Yucatan, which appear on the temple walls of the Egyptian temples. Found in Idaho. Same similarities. See, this is how you don't play with the ancestors. Keep playing with your ancestors. Keep on playing with your ancestors, trying to separate everything and put this with that, and then the receipt drop and bust you upside the head. Now you're quiet. Talk now. People just will never understand. Some stuff ain't understanding for some people. Let's keep going. They just told you what it all connect to. American Indian constructed the mounds which have been found in North America continent, right? Watch this. This is ridiculous and no evidence has been offered to show that the 10 tribes were ever lost. Evidence showed that the 10 tribes were never lost. They weren't lost. Hunter-gatherers taught you they were lost. Hunter-gatherers taught you our people were lost. We wasn't lost. We at home, nigga. How the fuck we lost? Just because we came over there, y'all thought we were lost. We came over there to trade with y'all, teach y'all knowledge. We were never lost. Because a lot of old books saying our people came back to the promised land. They went over there and came back home. Roll the coin. Let's keep going. It is quite possible that the amalgamated with other races like Egypt, Assyria, and ancient Italy. There is nothing in the makeup of the American Indian to class him with any other race of Semitic origin. They're talking about the Native American. Native American is not Semitic. The mound builder is. There is a slight Ethiopic strain in them real Indians. Yet not enough to class him with an African Negro. The learning is more to the Asiatic ancestry than toward the Ethiopic or Semitic. Now, roll the coin, they know who these people are. They just be playing, right? Slight Ethiopic strain, but they ain't no damn Africans. Okay. Roll the coin. I don't see Native Americans nowhere, right? I don't see it nowhere. Where is it? Hold on. These people they're telling you the straight truth, but they hide it with a little bit of trickery of the words, right? Roll the coin. Slight Ethiopic strain. Slight Ethiopic strain, right? Just slightly. They're a little different than the Ethiopian, but they're not full Africans, but they slight. Right? Roll the coin. Slightly. This is Ethiopic right here. See that brown skin? Ethiopia, slight Ethiopic, the real Indian. What color these people are? Let's go back. Let's go back. Slight Ethiopic. That's fire. Slight Ethiopic. Hold on. Whatever, see that. Right here. Y'all get a picture of that. There is a slight Ethiopic strain in the Indian, yet not enough to be an African. Classing with an African Negro. Roll the coin. They know these people were melanated. They know. Let's keep going. Builders were virtually everything that, no. Let's keep going. Builders were virtually everything that the pyramids. The pyramids. Put a 2 in the chat. 2 in the chat. 2 in the chat. 2 in the chat. We good? We good? We good? We good? We good? We good? All right. Now, builders did virtually everything that the Egyptians did with the pyramids. At least they had the essentials of the idea. It's the same ideas, people. This for the dude in the chat acting like he don't know what I'm talking about. It's the same layout, same star alignment, same culture, same way of living. Miners, astrologers, agriculturalists, same thing. Right? Scientists have never been able to solve the riddle of how the whole culture of the mound builder vanished along with the race when the latter-day Indians of Columbus time ruled North America. Indians were mere barbarians who had massacred the peace-loving mound builders. Native Americans fought our people. That's what they're trying to tell you. Destroy ruthlessly the wondrous cultures that had been developed by the now lost race. Roll the coin. But whatever it was, all prior knowledge of the mound builders was obscured until the pioneers rode their horses and drew their Conestoga wagons over the eastern mountain ranges into fertile fields of the Midwest to Ohio, Illinois, and Indiana. When they began to plow these mounds, they came to light skeletons, pottery, copper breastplates, copper helmets, crested with deer antlers, strings of fresh white pearls, and all the other artifacts that revealed a long past civilization which no one ever knew. Copper breastplates. Roll the coin. Copper breastplates. Hold on. Roll the coin. Ancient Hebrews wore copper breastplates. That's a fact. Copper breastplates. This is where they come from. That's how they start wearing the breastplates with the tribes over in the other side of the world. It started with copper breastplates. That's where you get the copper breastplate from. Then the deer antlers. That's why the Masonic people wear the deer antlers, because they're trying to be mound builders, right? The elks, stuff like that. Let's keep going. That's where they come from. Let's keep going. The mound builders, for so they were named, were the descendants of Anak, the giant of biblical fame. See that? Anak in the Bible. Race of giants, tall people inhabiting the land of Canaan. A race of tall people inhabiting the land of Canaan. You know what they say now? Associated with the Nephilim. Descendants of Anak. Pre-flood race. A pre-flood race. Right? Goliath was a potential descendant of these people. Goliath. Shit deep now. The word Anakim means long-necked, Long neck, tall, long neck people. Right? Now I said something about Caleb eventually ran out most of the Anakin from the hill country. They said they linked Anakim to the Nephilim, the great race of Genesis 6. That's what they're talking about right there, Anak. The mound builders were Egyptians who had long crossed the Atlantic. That's what they try to say, but it's the other way around. They know these are some type of Egyptian people, but they didn't come here. We went there because our copper came from here and went there first. The mound builders were a race of ideolators who had been destroyed in the great flood of the Bible, in which Noah successfully sailed the ark. All these things are more advantaged race of people who had erected the great American mounds. See that? The mounds are very ancient, people. They're talking about 150 BC. That's crazy. Damn. Long before Europeans came. See how old they say this stuff is? Let's keep going. Modern discovery has shown that these earlier fantastic ideas about who and what were the mound builders were unfolded and revealed these great people as the ancestors of the tribes that were here when the first white man came. The mound builders are the ancestors of the American Indian. Like I told y'all, these your ancient ancestors in the mounds, and it was biblical. So when you get into so the people who became the Choctaw, the Creek, the real ones, right? Yamasee, all these other tribes, their ancestors are these mound builders that they speak of. Right? But the white man's Indians had no such legends. They don't know nothing about none of this stuff. They don't know nothing. They just out here, right? Ohio altar mound artifact, beautifully carved, melanated people. Same pose as the Egyptian in the altar mounds in Ohio. Here go another artifact from those same mounds, right? Stuff is ancient. Let's keep going. Let's look at it a little closer. Now, lately I've been realizing that some type of Paleo-Hebrew be on the chest of these artifacts. They go to serpent right there on the garment. The snake people, the serpent right there. This is found in Ohio now. They go to serpent. You see it? Now this could be Shin, right? But I ain't gonna put that on there yet. I'm gonna study this some more. But I see the 3 going down. And it reminds me of Paleo-Hebrew. Let's blow it up. You see it right there? See the serpent, right? And you see, this look like some type of Paleo-Hebrew. You go to the side of it. You got some type of bird in the back. I'm going to show y'all that too. Here go the mounds. Here go the serpent, right? The pattern on the front of the lion claw appears to represent the serpent and generally interpreted in reference to below world and upper world, the serpent on the clothing. You go to back with the bird, with the feathers. Right? Fire. That's fire. Let's keep going. Figures of a conventional eagle, 2 feet high, made of nature, unsmelted copper, with the designs in repulse work were found. Together with other copper specimens, lend weight to the supposition that the mound builders carried on the river trade, a river trade system which tribes from the Gulf, the Great Lakes region. The kind of copper used is native to Michigan area. Shell decorations include large seashells fashioned into gorgets, probably bought from the Gulf of Mexico by Indian traders. Engraved seashells about 5 inches in diameter have intricate designs of Indian dancers and warriors. Now, this same copper from Michigan in the Great Lakes ended up way over there in the Mediterranean Sea. The same copper. So we was trading this copper on our own land first. Then we started traveling, taking that same copper that we traded amongst each other to other places. Because that same Great Lakes copper from Isle Royale is found all over Europe, all over Jerusalem, Upper Egypt, all over there. American copper artifacts found in mounds all over there. Them our people. You can't debunk this. This is our people, right? We done it on our own land first, and it's telling you that we were traders, right? We done trade routes in America before we ever done them over there. You have to understand the culture. We traded here first, mapped out the whole Timeri, then we traded over there. Roll the coin. Let's keep going. Safely asserted that there are certain coincidences in the configuration of the head between the primeval inhabitants of Brazil, the temple builders of Peru and Mexico, and the mound builders of the Mississippi Valley. We're talking ancient Peru, ancient Mexico, ancient Brazil, same people as the Mississippi Valley people. Did I teach you that? People be lying about this shit all the time, acting like they different. They are not. Same people in ancient Peru, ancient Mexico pyramid builders, the Mississippi Valley mound builders, ancient Brazil, which is the Taino and Arawak, is coming from the Mississippi Valley stock. Stop acting like they come from Turkey. The fuck out of here. Stop acting like they come from all over the world and I know. They got the same bloodline, same skull, same people. Ancient Peru, Andes pyramid builders. Ancient Mexico, Tanaka Indians, pyramid builders. Ancient Brazil, who are the Taino and Arawak ancestors, all got the same head and bloodline of the Mississippi Valley people. So y'all can stop all that with all these goofy languages and talking about they come from all over here, they come from Africa, and no. The first people on the islands are descendants all the way back to the Mississippi River. Olmecs, Mayans, all them people. Stop playing. Don't teach my people that no more. That's a lie. We all come from this continent and the ancient bloodline of our people. All of them had the same symbolism, but the cultures were changing over time, and you went from mound building to pyramid and temple building. Simple. Roll the coin. Same people. Let's keep going. The primeval inhabitants of Brazil. That's before the flood, people. Right there. Ancient people. Roll the coin. These are not, watch this. It talks about these are not the same skulls of YT people or natives. Roll the coin. That's what it's telling you. Not the same people. Let's keep going. The story of Smith River Valley, right? The land of the spirit. As far back as the white man or the other Indians who were in that country when the first whites came have any knowledge, the Smith River Valley was known to be to the Reds as the land of the spirit, and it confines where the common agreement of all tribes maintained a neutral territory. The first white man found Indians of many tribes camped peacefully side by side around the springs, the fame of which has spread to the Mississippi on the east and as far as the south of Mexico. Something I want to show y'all in here, which you read the chiefs and the warriors assembled from the time. Let's keep going. Something I had in there, but I forgot what it was. Now, the beads that were found were recognized as a kind that the Mayans of Yucatan in Central America manufactured. Only in Smith River Valley, in Yucatan, and in the ancient tombs of Egypt were these beads ever found. Scientists declare that the Mayans, a semi-civilized prehistoric people of Central America, traveled across the lost continent of Atlantis, which once joined the old world and the new world to Egypt, then to the center of the civilization of the world in the Yucatan. In the tomb of Queen Mu of the Mayans were found miniature sphinx, which closely resembles the Egyptian sphinx on the banks of the Nile. And the legend has it that Queen Mu reigned in Egypt and built that monument to her husband, King Mo. Now, we got copper beads found in mounds in America. Smith River mound. I'm going to show y'all. Same one as the Mayans. Same beads as Egypt. You see it? Yucatan and in ancient tombs in Egypt were these beads ever found. Same beads. Same copper beads in Egypt, Mayans, and mound builders. Same beads of copper coming from America. How did they get to Egypt? We took that shit over there. And if you think this is a fake place, you fucked up. Cause here goes Smith Valley right here. Refers to the area Lewis and Clark expedition passed through. These real places. Roll the coin. Significant mound sites encountered by the expedition with Spirit Mound in South Dakota. Smith Valley, Lewis and Clark. The Norton site, Missouri, going that way also. Clark's Hill. They try to give it to the Onota people, but that ain't who built it. Them hunter-gatherer Indians. These real places now. You see it? Smith Valley. Smith River Valley. Right there. Just same beads there found as in Yucatan and in Egypt. Same ones. Here goes Spirit Mound, Lewis and Clark Trail right here. Stuff was really found here matching Egypt. And they won't tell you that. Let's keep going. Here go another part of the mound fortification that they went through. See them two mounds right there? William Clark, Lewis and Clark talked about them. This stuff really exists, people. Roll the coin. This ain't no mythology. These are real ancestors with real connections to Egypt, right here in America. Let's keep going. Roll the coin. There are also fossil beds that contain bones of strange prehistoric animals that antedate the mound builders. 3-toed horses, 4-toed camels that roam the prairies and the mountains in the beginning of time in the history of the animal kingdom, and the huge reptile that came even before them in America. Where you think horses and camels come from? Over here. Then you see the Sumerian ride a big-ass horse. Egyptian ride big-ass horses with chariots. You just don't understand what you're looking at. Them hunter-gatherers were not riding in no chariot with no horses over there in Africa and the Middle East. Until our culture showed up with the horse, the ox, and the camel. Let's keep going. Roll the coin. Flint, agate, what they made, tools and weapons, as well as opal, which they used as jewelry. Opal used as jewelry in America. Agate that they made into tools. Now, watch this. See? This is a culture. Everybody not doing this. Right? This is how you gotta look at this stuff so old, and I'm a one people bloodline doing this, making this stuff out of this jewelry, right? You gotta look at it a whole different way. Who done it first? Who taught somebody it, right? Yes, ancient Egyptians highly valued opal, used them in jewelry and funerary items for the mystical protection and healing power, associated them with the sun god Ra, and seeing them as symbols of beauty, purity, good fortune, much like other prized gems. Opal was used in jewelry. Now let's go look at agate. Making the tools, agate tools. Let's go check that out. Roll the coin. Let me show it to you, because people think I'm just be making this shit up. I gotta show it to you. Egyptians used agate extensively for tools. Items, seals, beads, amulets, vessels. Primary tool-making stone were harder materials. They started using granite and copper later, but they started with agate. This a culture, people. Don't let them people tell you that a hunter-gatherer was using opal as a tool. I mean, agate. They lying. They not even that fucking smart. We talking BC times. When you talking about today, BC time, them people didn't have nothing of that nature pulled out of the earth. That's the horses. Hold on. Now watch this. Who was it? Right here? The opal. Okay. Let's go to the next slide. Watch this. Strange but true, it is the river which still grows amongst the weeds and grass that cover mounds near Memphis, Tennessee. Now watch this. Now watch this right here. Watch this. This one, the hardest receipts you're going to ever see. Watch this. Watch this. Exhumed Pot, the water cooler of the Malay Islander. He has before him wheat raised in Arkansas from grains taken from an ancient Egyptian sarcophagus. Wheat, the same wheat grown in Arkansas. Wheat raised in Arkansas from grain taken from ancient Egyptian sarcophagus. Strange but true, it is. This very wheat still grows among the wheats and grass that cover mounds near Memphis, Tennessee, which is sufficient proof that the mound builders are descending from Egyptians. We're not descending from Egyptians. These are the ancestors of the Egyptian. Why is the same wheat found in Egyptian sarcophagus the same wheat that grow in Arkansas? Same wheat growing around Memphis, Tennessee right now. Now let's go see, can we find anybody who was buried with some wheat, right? Was wheat. Let's just see if wheat was in the tombs. Let's do that. These people have already messed this stuff up. That's fire. That's fire. That shows, yes, wheat was found in Egyptian tombs. Popular myth that it could germinate after thousands of years. Genuine ancient wheat grains were too old. Some modern mummy wheat stories evolved, misidentifying later added grains. Egyptians used wheat and barley for their staple food, bread and beer placed with items of tombs of the afterlife. Yeah, okay. Wheat was in the tombs. What this man is saying, the same wheat that grow in Arkansas and in Tennessee is the same wheat seed found in Egyptian tombs. There you go right there. Wheat raised in Arkansas from grains taken from ancient Egyptian sarcophagus. Somebody is taking seeds from one place to another, people. Somebody is taking seeds from the Mississippi River, people, right over there to Egypt. From corn to wheat to all of that shit. These are elite receipts, bro. Now, to finish off that elite receipt, now we got to see, does wheat grow wild around Arkansas and Tennessee? Border. Let's go to the border. Let's go see. Let's go check it out. Just to end the receipt off, right? Wheat, specifically soft red winter wheat, is grown in both Arkansas and Tennessee, including areas near the border, as part of South's significant winter wheat production, often rotated with soybeans and rice. Now they rotated it, right? Let's see, hold on. Grow modern soft red winter wheat. Okay, that's that new shit. But wheat does grow around Arkansas and Memphis. Let's go to Memphis. Let's go to Memphis. Ancient wheat, Memphis. Modern wheat is grown in grain Tennessee, including areas of West Tennessee. Ancient varieties such as Ikram are common in large agriculture. Crops of soybeans and cotton. Large-scale rows, soybean, cotton going on. Okay. Modern wheat, soft red. They changed it. It's modern wheat now. It's crazy. It's crazy. But the receipts say that same wheat that's growing around Arkansas and Tennessee is still the wheat that was found in Egypt's tombs. That's fire. Let's go back. Roll the corn. Here we go right here. Y'all get a picture of that. Wheat raised in Arkansas from grains taken from an ancient Egyptian sarcophagus. That's fire. Let's keep going. America was inhabited by a race of warlike, industrious, civilized beings who had splendid skill at building, the art of mining, engineering, or higher mathematics, and who flourished apparently during numerous centuries. Right? Mound builders ceased to exist, Indian folklore, blah, blah, blah. Yet they apparently settled in America long after the mound builder. None know where the Indians themselves come from, yet they apparently settled in America long after mound builders had vanished. They are not the same people. The skulls discovered in the mounds are not shaped in the least like the skulls of Indians, nor even Europeans. The Anunnaki YT mound builder. You a damn lie. You a lie. The truth ain't in you. Them ain't no Europeans and them ain't no Native Americans in them damn mounds. Here go the receipt. Want me to read it again? The skulls discovered in the mounds are not shaped in the least like skulls of Indians, Native Americans, nor Europeans. So when y'all get on the internet, that white man with the beard, my ancestors go to mountain. Them ain't your fucking ancestors, hunter-gatherer. You a European, right? With the beard, the big gray beard, always got the rocks, acting like he's some type of mound builder descendant. Them ain't your ancestors, big dog. Put them damn rocks down before you curse yourself. Put the rocks back now. Them ain't y'all people. Don't you touch a nail, another nail, not a nail, like Mike Epps say. Not a nail, another rock, not a nail, another mountain. Don't you touch that shit. Put it back. Maybe your life will be better. You ain't got to get on the internet and lie. Because them ain't no Caucasians, and them ain't no fucking Native Americans in the mounds. Go cut your beard down and go somewhere and be a damn patriot. Because you not no mound builder. Them ain't no Anunnaki giants. YT giants like y'all try to make them out. Anunnaki is Hebrew. Them are melanated people. Stop putting your pink hands on our artifacts. Acting like that's your people. Even your ancient ancestors of YT people who wrote these newspapers knew it wasn't their people. Y'all need to know the same thing today. Roll the corn. We got wheat in Arkansas that matches wheat in Egyptian tombs, hunter-gatherer. Them is not no damn. Roll the corn. It's not the same. Let's keep going. Roll the corn. Skulls are not Native American nor Europeans. Skulls of those of ancient Egyptians. The mound builder skulls and those of the ancient Egyptian, the same shit. If there were any connection between the two, who can explain how Egyptian race changed to flourish in the Midwest of America? I'm a bad man, bro. Bro, these people do not want me to teach this shit. We just riding around acting like we some type of fucking African. We got bones in the Midwest that'll match bones in Egypt. And you think I'm on here, and you Native Americans steady playing, acting like y'all ain't never seen these receipts. You YT people acting like we from Africa. You natives acting like we from Africa. Just like the Jew man. You YT people acting like we from Africa. You natives acting like we from Africa. Just like the Jew man. Give me a 2 in the chat. Give me a 2. Give me a 2. Oh, this shit funny, Copperoo, but this shit true. I just make it funny because I be, I'm trying to keep my cool. But this shit real. Like, I be talking shit, but this is real. This your real history, bro. Them same bones in Egypt match them bones in Ohio on the Mississippi River. I laugh to keep from crying. Now, when I look at natives and YT people, they are the same people. Arab, same people. Some of them got a little more mongoloid than others. None of them. They over here hugging each other in business, making money off the bloodline of these people. In these mounds that come from here, the descendants of these people. Come on now. Stick with me. I'm going to tell you how it is. I don't know what these other niggas doing. I'm going to tell you how it is. They know who you are. Now, what's messed up, I'm going to stop cussing because somebody on my YouTube said they let their daughter watch my videos. I'm sorry, daughter. I'm sorry for cussing. But think about this. Let's look at the big picture before I move on. Think about this. These people, the YT people, are giving Native Americans our ancient mounds, people. They are living around our people's mounds, acting like they are us. They are inhabiting our ancient land, still living there, talking about this a Navajo mound. No. And that shit bothers me to the core. They are living on mounds, putting casinos on top of our ancestors. We don't get none of the profit, and they out there disgracing our people's mounds. Them is not y'all mounds. I'm gonna tell y'all some funny shit. It's a casino in Mississippi, in Vicksburg, called the River Walk. The River Walk, right on the Mississippi River. When you go into it, bro, you go straight down and get to the river. If you look up to the left, it's damn near a pyramid right there beside the casino with a house on top of it. Got a bunch of bushes trying to cover it. Bro, that's our land, bro. Got $1 billion casino right there. Right beside a huge pyramid mound. I'm talking 20 feet from the Mississippi River. Whoever from Mississippi know what I'm talking about, bro. You go down a huge step, huge steep hill, big ass pyramid to your left, casino to the right, to straight ahead. Pyramid here, casino here, Mississippi River right there, 15 feet away. Next time I go, I'm going to shoot the video and send it to you. Now think about this. We got these people living right on our land. Casinos, beautiful. This the most beautiful riverfront you're going to ever see. It goes straight down, bro. On both sides, big, huge mounds. You go right down the center of two huge mounds, curve to the left, casino right there at the base of the mound with a parking lot. Y'all think I'm bullshit. Every time I go down there, my whole spirit hurt. I just get out the car and look like, man, this is wild. Right up the street, you got pyramid mounds called the Glass Mounds. Right up the street from there, go back the other way, you got Vicksburg Military Park, shaped just like the Pleiades star system. Mounds all up through there. That whole area is ancient, the real Egypt, bro. I'm telling y'all what I know. That whole area was the first Egypt. I'm telling you. It got huge mounds, waterways, irrigation, star forts, everything down through there. Right in Vicksburg, Mississippi. If you ever go through there, please stop and go look. I'm telling you. Mississippi River right there. And I'm talking huge mounds. No. When you get off the highway in Vicksburg, it's a huge mound right there off the highway, overlooking the Mississippi River. Then the bridge that go into Louisiana is right beside the mound. They made it a tourist spot to eat picnic food out there. I'm gonna get a video of it to show it to y'all. You go right, you got the military park with mounds. You go left, you got the two huge mounds at the casino. You keep going straight, you run across the Glass Mounds. The Glass Mounds got quartz crystals all over the mound on private land. That's why they call it the Glass Mounds. Just look when you go through there. Roll the corner. Just look. Just take a good peek. Now, roll the corner. Who can explain how the Egyptian race changed to flourish in the Middle West? They're talking about the Midwest, people. Why are they talking about the Midwest of America and Egypt? The fate of the mound builders are mysterious and strange people themselves after It's the same people. Let's keep going. The origin of the mound builders in North America. Were they the lost tribes of Israel? Were they the lost tribes of Israel? Where did them people come from? And who were the mound builders? Acting like they don't know who the fuck these people is. Let's keep going. It is a matter of official records that digging through a mound in Iowa, the scientists found a skeleton of a giant, 7 feet tall. The bones crumbled in the dust when they opened up the mound. It's so old, right? Around the neck was a collar of bear teeth. Across the thigh was a dozen of small copper beads, which may have once adorned a hunting skirt. The latter were formed by rolling slender wire from strips of metal into little rings. One skull obtained from the mound in Alabama was completely filled with snail shells. Snail shells. This is where you get the purple dye from, people, of the Hebrew. Snails. We were the first people messing with them snails, learning to get dye from snails. In Iowa, another chamber was found. 11 skeletons were arranged in a circle with their backs against the wall. In the midst was a great seashell in the middle. Big seashell in the middle in Iowa, in the mounds. Nature's people. Roll the corn. Where we was at. around the neck. Okay, I got that. Got that one. Let's keep going. In another mountain owl central chamber with the 11 skeletons, right? A big seashell which has been converted into a drinking cup. Smaller cavities in the same tumulus. This is what they call mounds in Egypt, tumulus, right? Were fitted with a fire copper colored dust. When first uncovered, gave such a sickening odor that operations had to be suspended for a while. The dust supposed to be the ashes from burned flesh, they say. Perhaps they're trying to say somebody got burnt up in there. But it's so ancient, when you open the tomb, you're going to smell a bad odor. It's so ancient. It's stuff 1,000 years old. Let's keep going. Now watch this. The systems of trade which existed anciently among the Indians were surprisingly efficient and satisfactory. Aboriginal drummers actually made their way on foot from the Gulf of Mexico to the headquarters of the Mississippi River. Why are the Indians from the Gulf of Mexico going to the headquarters of the Mississippi River? Because the Mississippi River is the origin of the people. People from the Gulf of Mexico coming up to the Mississippi River for trade. All kinfolk, all the same. We know everybody, The products of native mines of copper, flint, mica were distributed in a manner sufficiently businesslike to be worthy of a more educated civilization. Dried oysters, other shellfish were shipped inland, just as the same mollusks are sent from the Atlantic coast to the cities of the interior today. Seashells are found in the mounds of Illinois and Wisconsin, which articles of native Wisconsin copper occur in the tumuli or mounds in West Virginia. Mound builders were great smokers, people. Great smokers is proved by large numbers of pipes found in the mounds. Tobacco, hemp, our people. Not no damn hunter-gatherer. Tobacco and hemp, great smokers. We still great smokers today. Roll the coin. We still great smokers today. Let's keep going. Maybe nobody will ever be able to correctly conjecture, much less prove, where the mound builders come from, nor who they were. But it is not a singular fact that they builded mounds just as the ancient Egyptians built pyramids. Has anyone ever investigated the similarity of the methods of the two races? May not these mound builders have been descended from or related to the Egyptians? This is what they say now. This ain't my words. These are YT people writing newspapers in the early 1900s. Aboriginal drummers made their way from the Gulf of Mexico. We are the ancestors of the Indians in Mexico, the ancient Indians. That's what I'm trying to show you. They just coming home to roost. Back to the Mississippi Valley. Headquarters. Let's keep going. What became of the lost tribes of Israel after they learned to build pyramids and banking bricks without straw? The mound builders, by their work, manifestly were more like the pyramid makers of Egypt than like any other people on the planet. That's what they try to tell you. When we wonder why pyramids were built, should we not at the same time ask why the mounds were built, or whether or not they were built upon the same scientific superstitions or religious theory and for a similar purpose? Exactly, Smith D. Fry, whoever you is, you exactly right. You ain't no dummy hunter-gatherer. Why? Keep going. Let's keep going. Roll the coin. Now they talked about the Mississippi dwellers of Indians with the Piazza bird as a part of mythology outside on the Mississippi River, right? Mounds found throughout the United States brought forth indication that the mound builders were of the same high order of civilization as the Egyptians, if not of a contemporaneous period. The pottery work far excelled that of the Indians who inhabited the United States. They had pots, vases with handles, showing a higher accomplishment in the production of clay utensils. Right? They had spears with iron heads and bodies of bamboo, crudely fashioned knives of iron, blades, and wooden handles. They're just talking about same thing. We're the same high order of civilization of Egyptians, just older. Let's keep going. Geologists give to the mound builders a very early period in history of the world. It is certain for observation of both classes of scientists that some period, estimated as far back as 10,000 to 20,000 years ago by the geologists and 2,000 to 5,000 years by archaeologists and historians. There lived in America an ancient race that in many ways excel in accomplishments, the Indians who succeeded them. Native Americans came after these people. That's what they're trying to show you. 10,000 years ago. We got mastodon bones in the mounds. Mastodons became extinct around 10,000 years ago. Mound builders had mastodon knives in the burial. That automatically makes that burial over 10,000 years old because mastodons extinct 10,000 years ago. Egypt is not that old. Samaria, ain't nothing over there on this side of the world that old with no civilization. They can stop it. Nothing. They can stop it. Don't even make sense. Roll the corn. Watch this. Iroquois, but the particular tribes of groups to which the other mounds are cannot always be stated with certainty. It is known that some of the tribes inhabiting the Gulf states when De Soto passed through the territory in 1540 and 41 as Yuchi, Creek, Chickasaw, and Natchez were still using and probably constructing mounds, and that the Quapaw, Arkansas were also using them. There is likely a documentary evidence that the Texas tribe still used mounds at the end of the 17th century, when chiefs' houses is described as being built on top of mounds. The Cherokee and Shawnee were mound builders. No definite conclusion as that what Indians built the Ohio works have been reached yet. The southeastern tribes were descendants from the mound builders. That's what I want to show y'all. Let's keep going. American archaeology until recently that the builders of the mounds of the Mississippi Basin and the Gulf states were specific people of higher culture than the Indians found inhabiting the region. That they were overran by incoming Indian hordes and finally became extinct. That's what they try to teach. Now, let's stop right there. Hordes. Hordes is going to tell you the history. Watch this. Now, where does the word hordes come from? You must understand who the people are they're talking about. Right? Watch this. Ooh. Watch this. This who they was, y'all. This who they was. Right here. Mongolian Horde was a warlike society rooted in nomadic pastoral hunter-gatherer traditions. Herding and hunting, large-scale, right, survival translated into devastating military tactics. They were war people, making every tribesman a potential warrior skilled in horsemanship and archery, ultimately forging the world's largest empire through unparalleled mobility, discipline, and adaptation. These are the people attacking the mound builders, the Mongolian Horde. Right? Go back to the receipt. Horde comes from Mongolian tribes. They roll deep on some barbarian shit. Right? Now, where we was at? Hold on. Let's find the spot. Let me see. Hordes. Past this part with the quapaw. We right here. Hordes, people. Right? High civilization, Indian Hordes, and finally became extinct. Right? The Hordes was attacking, leaving the monuments as the only evidence of the former existence. Other writers suppose that they were Mexicans, Aztecs who were driven south into Mexico, while the others concluded that they were driven into the Gulf states and were the ancestors of the tribes inhabiting this section. So they're saying the Horde came and ran the Aztecs to Mexico. And the Gulf states, they were driven to the Gulf states and were ancestors of the tribes. So these Horde Mongolian tribes were fighting different people on the American continent, and people started moving, right? That's what happened. Roll the coin. Let's keep going. Were the Indians who built the mysterious mounds of the great interior of the Valley of North America kinsmen to the Mayans of Yucatan and the other highly cultured people of Mexico Plateau? Right? Maya and Aztec-like sculptures taken from mounds in the southeast. Mayans and Aztec-like sculptures were taken from mounds in the southeast of America. Really witnesses to the evolution from the same racial stock and the inheritance of the same art traditions, or more evidences of the ancient commerce with the countries across the Gulf of Mexico. I told y'all, them tribes come from the south. That's a southeastern thing, and they moved out to Mexico. Because we got the same sculptures and mounds in the southeast the Mayans and the Aztecs had. Roll the coin. They deployed over the Mississippi Valley, overran the Gulf Coast, coastal plains, southwest to the peninsula of Florida. They penetrated to the Gulf Lakes region. They developed several different cultures or types of civilizations as they spread, and the outer edges of the spreading wave became less and less like their origin in the ways of living, while the group nearest the ancient homeland remained more like the stay-at-home descendants of their own forefathers. That's fire. That's the truth. That's the truth. Ain't gonna get no deeper than that. Ain't gonna get more fire than that. That's it. Let's keep going. The mound builders, all probability had some sort of contact with high civilizations to the south, is believed now by practically all students of American antiquity. In these white people's schools, They are telling them where these people come from. Look, mound builders in all probability had some sort of contact with high civilizations to the south, is believed now practically to all students of American antiquity. They know that the South is where all these mound builders come from. The ones in Ohio, ones in Mexico, they know the truth. In several mounds in the southeastern states, elaborately worked figures of sheet copper, shell, and other materials have been found in the workmanship that strongly suggest the conventions of Maya and Aztec art. The favorite subject is the full panoply brave, or probably a god doing a war dance. Some of the figures of the Mexican sculptures is what is even more suggested. He holds in one hand severed human heads, presumably the gory trophy of an enemy. When they show the people holding their heads up like this, when they got the spike finna hit them, that's found in Mississippian culture, Mayan, Olmec, Egypt, and Samaria. Where did it start? Mississippi River. Like a trophy of an enemy, a Mongoloid tribe. That's what they trying to tell you. That's why you see the Mayans holding up the Mongols. Same stuff. This is a trophy. Hunter-gatherer trophy. Let's keep going. Trophy of an enemy. In addition to the lively figures of human beings, there are other conventional designs that also bear a notable resemblance to the great grotesque art of the southern lands. Mound builders and the Mayans had a common inheritance is found in occasional effigies of the plume rattlesnake discovered in the southeast. The plume rattlesnake is discovered in the southeast. Quetzalcoatl, the plume serpent, was a favorite religion emblem of the Mayans. It symbolized their great sun deity. It's the same fucking people. Come on now. Roll the corn. We know the truth now. How the Indians in the Midwest were related to the Indians of the South, the Indians of the Far West, and the Old Mexican can now be explained. But why these civilizations had declined at the time of Columbus still puzzles the best of scientists. How are the Indians in the Midwest related to the Indians in the South, the Indians in California, and Mexico? Roll the corn. How? How they the same bloodline of people? How all this they land? They don't want you to know that the first tribes in Mexico are us. The first tribes in California was us, far west. The first tribes in the Middle East of Ohio was us. And you know them Indians in the South. This is where all the other tribes come from. This your real history. Roll the corn. This your real history. Right here. Let's keep going. Now, they talk about Nebraska, American Aborigines, digging out quarries, people. I want to teach y'all this. The race whose knowledge of handwork had been developed beyond the primitive ideas of the Stone Age, right? Where is it? Indians, lateral Indian. Aboriginal America is known to scientists and evidence of strange race. Here we go, right here, right here, right here. There is no doubt the quarries are the great age. An entire series of mines have been buried beneath the average of a 10-foot soil. We are the people who pulled the granite out of the quarries, people. You see that? Why am I showing y'all this? Them same quarries that our ancestors pulled out of these the limestone quarries are the same quarries that built the Capitol buildings. Now we get deep. The same granite and limestone coming out of these quarries they speak of built the Capitol buildings. So we evolved all the way up to pulling limestone out of the quarry and start building these beautiful monuments. Them ain't no Tartarians. Let me show you what I'm talking about. Them us, nigga. Ain't no Tartarian. Tartarian are Mongols. Right? They ain't built nothing. They want to give it to them. The lost race of the Tartarian. Nah, fuck nah. Watch this. Capitol buildings. Now, I studied this a long time because I really wanted to figure this out. Stone comes from quarries. I studied this extensively because I really wanted to know who built them buildings. Fuck talking about, oh, we don't know who built them. Oh, we don't know. Tartarian, giant, we just, nah, fuck that dumb shit. Who the people built the building? We ain't got time for that no more. Them U.S. Capitol buildings and other national monuments come from various quarries. Now, when I study the quarries that the Capitol buildings come from, all I find is mounds. All I find is mounds on top of the quarries, ancient skeletons in there buried with axes and big ass. Them our ancestors built them buildings. Because the same material used for the granite and limestone building, our people are still buried there. You get it now? See, it's a real explanation for a real thing going on in the world, people. We can't just live off mythology the rest of our life. Somebody chiseled that building out of stone. Put the stone up, put the underground tunnels under it. These people are amazing. We got to get back in touch with the people who put that work in and stop trying to give it to aliens and mysterious lost races. And no, somebody really made that building because it still sits there today. And when I go back into the materials to where it come from, mounds, tombs, everything right there in the granite and limestone quarries. Them big ass stone jails built right on top of quarries. Why you think they always got the niggas out there busting the stones in the jail? They on top of a quarry. The outside wall of the quarry is an ancient landmass. You're gonna understand it in a minute. Go look at the Fed's jail with the big stone buildings, Leavenworth, and all of that, right there. Put the jail right inside the old stone building, and you go out there and bust stones all day for 35 cents a goddamn day. The chain gang, the stone breakers. You get it now? That's where all they come from. Go look at these jails with the stone, right? Looking like castles. It's right on top. It's mounds right on the jail sites. Look up some of these jails. Look at the mound right out there in the playground. Niggas out there shooting ball, lifting weights, mound right there. It right on top of it. They castles. Like West Virginia Grave Creek mound with the castle. Even the White House was built out the quarries. Come on, man. Roll the corn. Now, where we was at? Man, the playground in the prison got mounds. I'm telling you, Lady Bird. Big mounds. Mound right outside the wall, inside the wall, everywhere. Ask Casey Maker. Ask Casey Maker. Mounds near old jails, often referred to Native American earthen mounds. Winterville or Law Mounds in Mississippi. Moundville, Grave Creek Mound, West Virginia. Right outside the jail. You think this shit a joke? You want to? Right outside the jail. Look. Let me show y'all. Right outside the jail, like I told you. Inside there, too. They go to Old Castle, Moundville, West Virginia. Here go the mound right here. Look at the jail. Look at the mound. Look how old that is. Look at that. Look right here. Roll the coin. Look at that. This motherfucker here is hooked up to a mound. Mound Valley, Kansas. All right, keep playing. Look, this is a picture from the top of the mound right there. Right outside the Grave Creek. All right, let me go through the rest of the receipts, y'all. Let's get through the rest of them. Roll the coin. We know the truth now. Materials they recovered, Ford has continued to search in Louisiana and Mississippi and built up a tentative chronology connecting the prehistoric Louisiana and Mississippi mound builders to the Hopewell culture, right? Ancient Louisiana people and developers of the so-called Hopewell culture of the mound builders. Hopewell come from south. The Hopewell come from the Mississippi, Louisiana, Mississippi area, up the river to Ohio. They became the Hopewell culture. There you go right there. It all started right there. Mississippi Valley, Mississippi Delta. Right? Marksville, that's in Louisiana. Old mound site. So ancient Louisiana and Mississippians became the Hopewell. With them big ass mounds in Ohio. That's fire. That is fire. Let me see. Many of the customs of the mound builder were similar to those of the Greeks, in which they traced through them back to the Egyptians. One usually recognizes an Egyptian landscape by seeing the background as a pyramid. And Egypt and the pyramids seem to be inseparable. Yet America has many pyramids, right? They are common in Mexico, and some of them rival the size of those in Egypt. Fire. Let's keep going. Mound builders. If they could be gathered together, would be valuable traveling history. Dr. Andrews said questions concerning the mode of representing by writing, it's hard to read, amongst the mound builders were important. They had understood that the stone had been discovered in Ohio, which had been marked by the mound builders with a Hebrew inscription. See that? Hebrew inscription on the mound builder stone in Ohio. Right? piece of marble had been excavated from a mound at Rock River, on which was an inscription which Professor Henry of Washington claimed to have deciphered. The inscription was in an Egyptian character. Rock River. Let me look that up. I never looked that spot up. Rock River Mound. Go see what that's at. Large platform mound, Rock River, Illinois and Wisconsin. Built by the Hopewell culture. They come from Mississippi and Louisiana. Effigy mound builders, significant sites like the Rockwell Mound, Illinois. The BT Park Mounds, Illinois, showcasing artistry for ritual burials and celestial observations. Astrology, people. Rock mounds. See if I found a picture. I see the Rock River Trail, but they might have tore them down. I don't see them. But as you see, that's what they're talking about. Hebrew and Egyptian inscriptions. Egyptian characters. See that? In Ohio and in Illinois and Wisconsin. The civilizations of the mound builders were at one time thought to have been equal to that of Tyre or Babylon or Egypt. Tyre is the Phoenician city. Bablos also was built by the first Hebrews, which turned into Babylon. Bablos is the name of the Bible, right? That's where they get the Bible from. Our ancient culture was making paper, the papyrus paper, right? And the Greeks called it Biblos. And they started calling it the book, Biblos. Then it became the Bible, right? And I showed y'all yesterday that ancient stories written by our people in stone became stories of the Bible. If you missed that one, go to my YouTube and look at the live from yesterday so you can see the ancient stones with the story of Moses, the story of all type of stuff on ancient stones that ain't got nothing to do with no split, no Red Sea. It got something to do with going that direction. But it was made into mythology by hunter-gatherers in the book. Now go back and look at my YouTube, and it's on the video from yesterday. Right? Now, the mound builders, just like Tyre, which are Phoenicians, which are Hebrews, Babylonians, ancient Babylonians or Egypt. Right? Relics of the tribe, lost tribes. Then they get to talk about the Book of Mormon and all that, but y'all already know. Davenport tablets, which is said were dug up in Missouri, were inscribed one of the cremation scenes, including 30 figures of men and animals, right? Many of the characters are now seen to have been taken from the Roman, Arabic, Phoenician, and Hebrew alphabets, and both tablets are regarded as spurious. Let's keep going. Now, if this was, as it is highly probable, the Hebrew, we may conclude it, the language, therefore, which was first spoken upon the continent of America after the flood, was the language spoken by Noah and the righteous portion of his descendants. Concerning this language, Bishop Fuller quoted Scott in the commentary upon the passage, Noah and other persons not being concerned in the project retain the original language. Now, if it was, as it is highly probable, the Hebrew, we may conclude it, was thus called from Eber. To those descendants, it was peculiar. And perhaps this is the most satisfactory reason that can be assigned why Abraham is called the Hebrew and his prosperity the Hebrews. with no evidence in sacred history that the holy priesthood, either the Aaronic or the Melchizedek, were ever conferred upon any man outside of the descendants of Shem, and this honor has probably been confined to the children of Eber. All of the Hebrews, that there were many other nations descended from Shem. Now, the language, therefore, which was first spoken upon the continent of America after the flood, was the same language spoken by Noah. What language Noah was speaking? What language, just for people who act like they don't understand, might be a hunter-gatherer listening, was Noah speaking? Proto-Hebrew. Before the languages got confused, he was speaking Hebrew. Why are the people that talking about the ancient mound building culture right after the flood was speaking the same language as Noah? And they were still speaking it all the way up into colonization on this land mass. I can't, elite receipts, right? This the last one. 10th of Genesis, destruction between the sons of Noah after their tongues. It could appear that each grand branch of the great family was given a distinct language, and according to the people, all the languages of the earth can be traced back to a few primitive types. All of the languages can be traced back to this Hebrew language. Now, when I go look at hieroglyphics, I see an ancient language that made hieroglyphics coming from Paleo-Hebrew. When I go look at Sumerian languages, cuneiform is still coming from Hebrew. This is what they don't want you to know. They want you to think these languages are different. They're not. Like I showed y'all the other day, right? Like I showed y'all the other day, cuneiform, right? Looking just like Hebrew in a newer form. This is a newer form of Hebrew. This ain't even Paleo, right? Cuneiform. Let's go look at, I got another receipt with that. Let's go look. Semitic, cuneiform. Ayin, cuneiform. Resh, cuneiform. Roll the coin. Same stuff. Aleph. Bet. This the cuneiform of the same Hebrew language I've been showing y'all in America. It's just written a different way, coming from another tribe that wrote it different. But it's the same stuff. Mem, Nun, Anunnaki, cuneiform. Right? I showed y'all the other day that the hand that be on the Egyptian hieroglyphics is the same like Paleo-Hebrew. This right here, this hand is coming from Zed, right? Zed, hold on, let me show y'all. It's coming from, you see the hand? See the hand, right? Let's go back to Paleo. See the hand? Early Hebrew, turned into hieroglyphics. They go to hand right there. Then this is the older form. They got this switched up wrong. This the older form, then it turned into this, right? Both of them stand for work, right? Now, let's go look at the mound builder's face. They go to Z right there for work. They go Yad right there, then it turns into the hand, then it turns into hieroglyphs. This is an American mound builder artifact with the first languages. It's the same thing. It's the same thing. All right, let me show you again so you won't misinterpret what I'm trying to tell you. They go to Z rod, the Yad, Hebrew. They go to hand. Right? Then the hand turns into, they go to Z rod, the Yad, Hebrew. They go to hand. Right? Then the hand turns into Egyptian hieroglyphics. Here. That's later down the line. That's why they can't tell you that hieroglyphics is older than this language. The Egyptian hieroglyph for arm and hand. You see it? Work. Work. It could be used to represent work. The arm hieroglyphic work. Now let's go back to this. The hand, the Z. Work. Ain't that the same? Am I tripping? We gonna learn every damn symbol on the earth. Y'all got us fucked up. I'm finna learn everything. I'm not playing with y'all hunter-gatherers. You not finna hide my people history no more. Right? Not never again. Semek. 3 lines of the pillar. This turned into the Djed pillar of Egypt. Them 3 lines, Semek, with the circle. Right? 3 lines, Phoenician, Hebrew. This turned into Egyptian culture. See Semek? And let me show you what Semek is. Samika, the pillars of the Egypt is Semek. It's the same stuff. Samika, related to the Hebrew word Semek with the O in the 3 lines. The O in the 3 lines. Right? Roll the coin. In rural Mississippi, it's the same symbol. The O with the 3 lines of the pillar. Am I tripping? Am I wrong? If I'm wrong, y'all tell me now. Y'all tell me. Roll the coin. If I'm wrong, you tell me. It's the same basic meanings. It's coming from paleo up into hieroglyphics, up into cuneiform, and cuneiform. It's coming from different languages, but it all stems from the same teaching. And that paleo language come from America. They can stop it, bro. I done showed you 2 artifacts with paleo Hebrew right on the face. This could be some type of paleo too, but I ain't figured it out yet. I know that's the snake. But this could be Shin or something like that. It could be. But I ain't through figuring that out yet. I ain't done with that yet. So that's why I'll be teaching y'all. Natchez. This is the name that became the Natchez Indians. Natchez became Natchez Indians. Coming from an ancient language. They lying to you. They lying to you, bro. Natchez. Natchezan. Natchezan. Nachhash. Same thing. Natchez appears to be the alternate of earlier form of the name of the Natchez people. The mound builder, still living on mound when DeSoto came, the Natchezan tribe. Right? Roll the coin. See what that is? Same language of the Egyptian Canaanites, Hebrews. Natchez is Natchez. Natchez, Mississippi, with the big ass mound sitting right there, acting like them Native Americans. That is so ancient of a word. And then the Natchez believed in the snake. They believed in the snake. Snake ideology. That's why you got Natchez with the snake. You see it? They know exactly what they was doing. Changing the name so you wouldn't, if you go back and find your real history, all of the words go together. That's fire. Then you get a yin. That's where a yati come from. That's where a yati come from, a yin. Haiti, a yati. In the old book, it said Haiti was named after a Hebrew name. A yati, a yin. Right? Roll the coin. Now, this is what I think is on the chest of that artifact, upside down, the one they found in Ohio. It might be this one, the plant. It might be that. It looked like that one. Which one is that? You see that plant right there with the 3 lines? Now, it look like there might be what in the middle of the chest of right here. That might be what that is. See, you got to start studying this stuff and get the code. Now we know the language they're using. We know the language they're using now. So now you match up the artifacts with the languages, and then you get to understand it. Then you put the languages, the names, and find the real name, and it all going back to some type of Paleo-Hebrew. All of it. I just ain't telling y'all that everything I study go back to the same origin. All of it. Roll the coin. A yin with the eye. With the eye. The dot with the eye. That's what that is. A yin on the artifacts. Got pewter found in Egypt with Paleo-Hebrew on it. Got pewter found in Egypt with Paleo-Hebrew on it. A lift, there go the snake, the Natchez, same type of thing, right? It's on there 2 times with the N. Got bit, Paleo-Hebrew for house, water, Ta's the cross, right? Then you start to understand this stuff. Baal lady. Baalit became Hathor. Baalit became Hathor. Now, they teach you Baal is evil, right? But the original name was Baal. It was Baalit or Baal. I had it up there yesterday. Hold on. What was the name of that? I ain't even get the, hold on. I got to go back and find that receipt. I had it up here yesterday. Hold on. Here we go. Baalit, right? Baal is Hebrew. Why is a Thor hooked to Baal? It was called Baalat before it was even Hathor. So now you starting to understand that this culture had already made these teachings. There you go right there. Hathor and Baalit. between Egyptian and Canaanite religions. Authorities sometimes identify the Egyptian form of the Canaanite goddess Belet, lady, the female counterpart of Baal. They told you Baal was evil, right? Suggested Hathor may have absorbed Canaanite elements, especially as Belet was one of her titles. Here go a statue of her, an ancient Belet. They turned the golden calf and all that stuff into evil stuff, right? Look at the Hebrew on front of that. I see Ta. I see the Cain. I see a yin with the I. Right? This is our language. This became Hathor. That's fire. And it's also Ashtoreth. See what I'm saying? It's crazy, bro. It's all the same. Let's see what else we can find. Images. Right? Look at this. Now this is Hathor in Egyptian as after it grows, right? Roll the corn. After it grows, it turns to the Egyptian Hathor. That's fire. That is fire. That's fire. Appreciate y'all, man. Good lecture today. Y'all go back and look at the receipts from yesterday. Go along with what I kind of went through today. Appreciate everybody for buying the hoodies. I've been shipping out hoodies all morning, so we'll ship out some more tomorrow and the next day. Gonna keep shipping them out. If y'all want a hoodie, hit my DM. If I don't see it, put it in my comments so I can tell me check the DM so I can get you and so I can get your order in and get it all wrote up and get it sent out. Hit my DM if you want the hoodies. I'm now starting to do the white fella with different color hoodies, so you can order one like that if you want it, right? Appreciate everybody for the support, man. This is fire. Let me see. So now we're starting to see like newer model, right? Hieroglyphics coming from, now you can see that the hieroglyphics are coming from some type of paleo. They got the hand, they got the cross, the cane, the snake. All of them look the same. The circle with the dot, which is a yin, the sun, all of the same, y'all. Roll the corn. Hold on, let me see something here. If you want a hoodie, hit me in the DM. Because I'm looking at this thing a whole nother way, and I'm gonna decipher these hieroglyphics the way they really pose it. Because they lying about the meaning of some of these hieroglyphics. That's my cash up right now, right there. We know the truth now with the red logo. And if you want a hoodie, hit me in the DM so I can get on that. And appreciate everybody on the YouTube, sharing the YouTube page, sharing the new videos. I dropped 3 new videos today about the Natchez, like I just talked about, and some Hebrew words coming off our artifacts. XL, that got your hoodie on the way, bro. I just got through with that. Just saw that order come in, so got you on the way. I love y'all. I'm in love with you, man. Y'all have a beautiful, safe, glorious day. Try to stay virtuous if you can. It's hard, but we try to stay virtuous if we can. Love y'all. I'm in love with you, man. Roll the corn. We know the truth now.